Good morning, and welcome again to Inspired by God's Healthy Cooking. So, this morning we're going to make a wonderful, healthy dish that is called vegan omelet, okay? We're going to say it's a plant-based omelet, okay? So, we're going to start here your ingredients, okay? You're going to get 8 cups of potatoes, You're going to do 1 cup of onion. You can choose whatever color you'd like to use, 1 cup. You're going to use 2 cups of chickpea flour, okay? Chickpea or garbanzo flour. Some people even call it graham flour, okay? You also want 2 cups of water, okay? And as we continue on, we're going to go on and get things mixed up, and we'll see you in just a moment. Okay, all right. So first we're going to mix up our 2 cups of graham flour, our garbanzo flour. Okay. We're also going to mix that with our 2 cups of water, and you're just using enough water to fill or to cover the chickpea flour, okay? So you may not need exactly those 2 cups, but it's always better to have more on hand than less. Okay, we're back. Now I've already started to mix the garbanzo powder or the chickpea flour, okay? And you want to mix it until there's no more clumps. You want to make sure that it's smooth. So you're doing 2 cups of garbanzo flour to 2 cups of water, okay? All right. We're also going to add into our mixture 1½ teaspoons of cumin, okay? Just that rich flavor. You know, when we think about different Spanish recipes, we think about cumin. So we're going to add that into our recipe as well. Okay. You also want to add 1½ teaspoons of basil. 1½ teaspoons of basil. Now I love herbs. And in some videos coming up shortly, we're going to be learning about herbs and how wonderful they are for the body. God said that He put them here for the service of man. So, don't the herbs still work today? Yes, they do. We just need to be educated as to how we use them. We're also going to use 1½ teaspoons of pink Himalayan sea salt. 1½ teaspoons of pink Himalayan sea salt. Okay? And we're going to mix that up really, really good. Okay? Now, we're going to set that aside for a quick moment. And in our potatoes, we have 8 cups of potatoes. We're going to add in 2 small bell peppers, okay? 2 small bell peppers. And it doesn't matter what color you use. The brighter the colors, the lighter your meal is going to be, and you're going to just enjoy it. And then we're also adding in 1/2 cup to 1 cup of onion, okay? 1/2 cup to 1 cup of onion. All right. So once we've done that, we're going to add our mixture there into that. And what this is going to do, the garbanzo or the chickpea flour just has a wonderful way of caking together. And that's what's going to bring about our egg appearance for our omelet, okay? And this is something that you can make for yourself, for your family. And it's a very, very simple recipe. Okay? All right. So we're just slowly stirring it in. Just slowly stirring it in. And so we'll be right back in just a moment, and we will show you the next part of this recipe. See you just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to our second portion of our vegan or plant-based omelet. Okay, so we have put a little bit of olive oil in our skillet. We are not frying, okay? We just want to coat it so that it does not stick to the bottom of our pan. Okay, so we put about a teaspoon of olive oil in our pan, and what we're going to do is pour our mixture in the pan. Okay, and once you're done pouring that in the pan, you're going to smooth it out so that it's nice and smooth all over your pan. All right, and once you're done doing that, you're gonna go on and cover it. Now this is gonna start to stick, and that's the reason why we put the olive oil in the bottom, to make sure it sticks, just like you would when you're baking your food. But again, we are not frying the food. We don't want anything to be fried. Okay, you're going to cook it on both sides. The first side, you're going to cook it for about 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, so we're going to cover that, let that cook for 8 to 10 minutes, and we'll be back in just a moment. Okay, we're back once again. We have let our plant-based omelet cook in our skillet, okay? It's been about 8.5, 9 minutes since we did that. We're using a silicone spatula, and what I've done is on the sides, I've made sure that all the sides are not touching, because what we're gonna do now is turn over our omelet. Once you turn over your omelet, you're going to cook it on the other side for the same amount of minutes to make sure that it's completely done. Okay, so to do that, you're going to make sure that you get a wet paper towel. Okay, and you're just wiping whatever surface it is that you're putting it on, whether it be a plate. If you're making half, you want to do a regular plate. Or in my case, I'm using a cookie sheet, a round cookie sheet. And I'm just wetting it, and we're gonna just flip it over onto the cookie sheet and put it back in the pan once again to cook the other side. And so we're gonna do that now, and once I see you again, you'll see the wonderful end product. I hope that you enjoy this recipe as much as my family and I enjoy it. All right, so we're back. As you can see, we've turned over our plant-based omelet, and now it's done. We've had it in the pan cooking for about 8.5 to 9 minutes. Once again, we've also pressed on the sides with that silicone spatula to make sure that it's not touching the sides, and now it's ready to come out. So again, you're going to do the same thing. You don't have to wet the side of the plate this time, because this is the finished product. So we're going to do the same thing once again. We're going to put our plate over our omelet, and we're going to turn it. Doesn't that look delicious? All right. Just going to try to move it over a little bit here. There we go. It's nice and hot. Okay. Now this is done. This is done. So all we need to do is cut this up, and you can cut it up in triangle pieces, just like a pie, whatever you want to do. Or you can, if you want to do a large one, you can make it really, really big. You can cut it up in cubes. okay? And you can share it out that way. So we're gonna cut ours up in triangular pieces, okay? Here's our plate. We also have fresh steamed cauliflower and broccoli from the brassica family. And we also, every meal, at every savory meal, we always have our raw vegetables. So all of that is gonna be on our plate. So we're getting from all of the different groups, the food groups that we should have. We've got our starch, okay? So we don't need a grain because we've got our potatoes. So you've got your starch here. You've also got your protein here, okay? And then you've got all of your raw foods as well as some steamed vegetables, okay? So we want to make sure that we have a complete meal every time that we eat. This smells so delicious. We're gonna get that spatula under there. Okay. All right, so our meal is done. This is what it looks like, the finished product, okay? Our meal is done. So let's try it. See? Let's try it. And we're gonna try it and see how it tastes. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for another wonderful meal that you've given to us. Amen. I want to get some of the crunch. It's a very good feeling when you cook food and it tastes so delicious. I hope that you enjoy this recipe and we will see you again soon. Remember, don't forget to subscribe. And also, we'll have more things, more health education things, more recipes on our website at www.inspiredbygodministries.com. We hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.